ways. If you're an artist or producer looking to take your career to the next level and you're thinking I need a manager or agent, then this video is for you. I get a lot of cold messages saying to check out my SoundCloud link, or sometimes even not even a link, just the question, will you be my manager? And then they wonder why they're not getting replies. That's not because managers or agents don't care. It's because they have a limited amount of time and they can't reply to everyone. So if you can't even get the basics right, then why expect them to reply? So today, I'm going to show you how to pitch yourself as an artist to get attention, open doors, and grow your career. Part 1, before you pitch. Before you even start sending a message, you need to ask yourself a few questions. Is this person a good fit for my sound and my goal? For example, if you make EDM, hip hop, jazz, classical music, you're not going to send your music or apply for an agent who's working in minimal house or underground dance music. And yes, I receive these kind of emails every week. Make sure you're looking at agents and managers that specialize in your genre and style of music. For example, you produce minimal house music and you're inspired by the style of Chris Stussy. You're going to then maybe do some research on who his manager is, go and look at other similar artists in the same genre and build up a picture of the kind of managers and agents that are looking after these artists and create a shortlist for yourself. Beyond this, and look at their website, the roster of artists they represent, look at their socials, get an overall feel for the management company or the agency to better understand if you feel like you're on the same page as them, they have the same vibe, and they present themselves in a way that you feel represents what you're about. Don't just Google artist management and hope for the best. Find the first manager that you see online and not even look at what they do, who they represent, because you're going in blind, and this is when you're more likely to get no reply and feel like you're getting nowhere. Then from there, you can build up your shortlist of artists and managers to pitch to and get your pitch ready. Think of it this way: you want to narrow your focus. You'll get way more traction sending 10 targeted emails rather than 50 random messages. Part 2, how to structure your pitch. Now let's get into the actual pitch. You want to keep it concise, clear, confident. Here's what to include. Number 1, who you are. Just keep this nice and light. One sentence on your real name, your artist name or alias, and where you're from. Number 2, what you do. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. You want to include the sound you make, the scene you're in, the genre and style that you make. Include any DJ support videos. This is key. Releases on labels, upcoming confirmed releases, and upcoming shows. Please also include with this any videos attached in a folder, but we'll go into that in more detail later on in this video. Number 3, what you've achieved so far. This is going to be things like big gigs, chart positions, streams on places like Spotify, Apple, Deezer, radio plays from the likes of BBC Radio, Rinse FM, Capital, Kiss FM, the list goes on. Be authentic in your pitch and make sure you do your best to highlight your potential and the buzz and demand around your name, as this will be key in grabbing their attention. Number 4, what you're looking for. In your pitch, you're going to want to be very clear about what it is you're looking for. Are you looking for gigs? Are you looking for management? Do you have a high volume of booking requests coming in and you can't manage these booking requests, so you need some help with this? Or getting lots of requests for record label signings and you need a manager to help assist you in negotiating terms for record deals. You've got to give the specifics, but you don't want to go into super amounts of detail. It's more just being concise and to the point. Number 5, minimize the number of links within the email. The more links, the more scattered, noisy and loud the email will sound. If you keep everything clean and organized, so generally I would recommend maybe one link, which is to a Dropbox folder or a Google Drive folder, something like this. Make sure it's non-expirable as well. Put all of the information in there, which we're going to go through now, kind of give an idea of what things they'll be looking for. First up, selection of your best demos. Of course, the music always comes first. So be really tough with yourself through all your music and choose your best ones. But really you want to give the tracks that have the most consistent sound, like whether you're into, bass lines, for example, you might have a group of 5 or 6 tracks that are really solid, strong bass lines, catchy hooks. You want to go with the sound that you're known for, or that you've been making that you like the most, and use that as your best representation when you're sending to management or agency. You want to basically be presenting your best work. They want to see what you've got. It doesn't have to be signed. It can be unreleased, unsigned music. A selection of your best demos. The more you have ready to go, signed or unsigned, it will demonstrate you have a project. An agent or manager will want to sink their teeth into. Ideally, you want to be sending these tracks or these demos on a private downloadable link, either via SoundCloud or via Dropbox. Once again, non-expirable. Do not use WeTransfer, because some managers and agents will not get to your music straight away, and if it expires, that will be your opportunity lost if they open the email and the link is broken. Next up is DJ videos. It's key to get videos of big headline DJs playing your music out. Now, if you haven't got these yet in your career, that's fine. You can either get some videos of you playing out to a packed out crowd, a video of you maybe in a nice setting with some plants behind you, do your DJ mix, showcase your DJing skills, and also to showcase your productions, how they'll sound on a nice sound system. Next up is artist bio. With this, you just want to have an artist biography that kind of your career today, you know, from when you started, your early influences, how you picked up music production, or how it all came about, key releases you've had on record labels, key DJ bookings you've had, all of these kind of things that will sell you as an artist. You want to kind of include that in. And also within that bio at the bottom, you also want to include your social media links. If you've not already included your social media links, the main body of your email. Next up is press photos. So with this, you want to include a combination of shots. You don't want to put too many in. I would say like 6 maximum. First, you're going to want maybe a couple of studio shots. You're going to want maybe some location shots, you know, about in a city or town, or people kind of to use stuff like graffiti or stuff like that. But the main thing is with that, get a professional photographer and give them a direction and a brief. And then some live action shots of you playing out at some DJ gigs, just to give them more of a feel for who you are and your brand and your personality. Next up, goals for the year. So for goals for the year, you're going to be wanting to give them detail on what you want to achieve in this year. You want to keep this as realistic as possible, because say for example you've done 10 bookings in the last year, you're not going to then say to them that your goal for this year is to do a sellout arena tour of a 5,000 capacity venue or 10,000 capacity. You're going to want to make this realistic. So maybe it might be that your next step up is starting to get more, you know, semi-regular shows. So it might be 3 or 4 bookings each month, trying to get a residency with a local club brand, maybe playing an overseas show. You've got to try and make it realistic in the short term to show them that you understand expectations of what you expect from them. If you're totally unrealistic, they'll think that you've got your head in the clouds and that you're not going to be on the same wavelength in terms of the direction you can take them in. Next up is career goals. So this one, you can be a bit more like lofty with your ambition. Think about the long term, about the things you want to do. Do you want to get a Radio 1 essential mix? Do you want to play Ibiza? Maybe even your long-term goal is to have an Ibiza residency, run your own record label, run your own events brand. All of these kind of things you want to detail. And maybe if you can, I will go into a bit of detail of how you plan to get there. And a good way to do that is to reverse engineer your goals so that you can see they're realistic. So look at artists that have risen up recently, maybe like a Josh Baker, Chris Stussy, Max Dean, Alicia, people like this. They're your blueprint for how you can look at how they were 10 years ago and reversing those goals that they made, they are now achieving. You can detail that in your plan of how you would go about it. Give the agents and managers a better understanding of where you can go and showing that you thought about it. We'll go into this in more detail in another video. We can talk about goal setting. Bonus tip is also to make sure you personalize your emails. Look at the agents and managers, try and find their Instagram, their LinkedIn, try and find out a little bit about them. Don't be too detailed though, because you don't want to come off creepy, but just making sure you've got the name of the person that represents maybe Chris Stussy in this example. If you're approaching his manager, make sure you find out his name, you know, be polite and cordial. Maybe you notice something online, like one of Chris Stussy's last shows, you could ask how it went, that kind of thing. Keep it light and simple. That's it, keep it personal. Another great tip, one thing you should always do is try to stroke their ego early on in the email. Say something nice maybe something along the lines of, I've been following your work since you've been managing Peggy Goo, and I'm a big fan of what you've been doing and how you've helped Peggy grow. I feel you would be the perfect manager for me, and then you can go into your pitch. Part 3, final thought. Managers and agents do not have some magical key to unlock the doors to the music kingdom. You are going to have to put the work in. Most of us are looking for artists that are already doing the hard work. This is one of the most important attributes that we look for, is there's a demonstration of hard work. That's why I'll go back to, with your music demos, you need to show a decent amount of music. Don't just send them 1 or 2 tracks. You want to be sending them like 10, 12 tracks, but make sure they're top quality. If they're not top quality, not getting buzz around your name, I would say you're not ready to be managed yet. Agents and managers are looking for artists who already have music out, that are starting to build a community or already have built a community. You may be running a record label and they're just looking for that next level of support. Your pitch is a conversation starter, not a magic shortcut. Lead with value, show you're serious, and make it easy for us to say yes. If you're serious about turning your music into a sustainable career, subscribe now. I post practical advice and tips on music marketing, artist management, and industry moves for house and minimal artists. That's it. And buzz around your name. Oh, got an itchy boob. Stop it. Moves for house and techno artists. No, house and minimal artists.